So, you guys want to know something that's pretty cool about how science and the Bible both agree on how the way that we talk to ourselves can physically change our bodies? And I'm not saying that in like a cute motivational way. I mean, like biologically, neurologically, and spiritually. Your words, they send instructions to your entire system. And the more that I studied this, the more that I realized how they all point to the same truth. So, there's something that's called, bear with me, psychoneuroimmunology. It's basically the study of how your thoughts affect your immune system and your hormones. And what they found is that every repeated thought becomes biochemical information. So your brain translates your internal language into real signals that your body responds to. And so when you constantly say things like, oh, I feel terrible, I'm sick, I'm falling apart, your body starts to react as if you're in danger. Stress hormones will rise and your inflammation just increases. And then your system just shifts into like survival mode instead of healing. But when you shift your language into things like, I'm healing, I'm recovering, my body is strengthening, you activate neural pathways that support restoration, regeneration, and resilience. And here's the part that gets overlooked: this isn't positive thinking. This is how God designed your mind, your body to work. So, way before psychology gave this a name, scripture taught that life and death are in the power of the tongue, and that we are transformed by renewing our mind, and that our thoughts shape who we become. And so, when you change the way that you speak to yourself, you're not being delusional. I mean, it technically kind of feels a little delusional at first, but it's the kind that leads to healing, not harm. You're aligning your mind and your body and your faith all in the same direction. And you're basically just choosing thoughts that support healing instead of thoughts that just reinforce harm. And your brain listens, your body listens, and then God responds to the agreement between your words and your belief. Your mind is really powerful, not because manifestation, but because God designed it to influence your healing. And this can absolutely apply to physical realities like skills, abilities, and just things that you believe you can't do. And what's really cool is that your brain doesn't know the difference between a real limitation and a repeated belief. So when you say things like, oh, I could never be good at that, or I can't learn that, I'm terrible at this, your brain treats those statements as instructions. It literally begins to weaken your neural pathways for that skill. It's going to shut down your motivation, lower your dopamine, which is your motivation chemical, and then just make you less confident. It's going to increase your avoidance and strengthen the belief that the task is impossible. This is not manifesting, it's cognitive behavioral science. Your beliefs about your abilities become physical changes in your brain. That's what neuroplasticity is. When you keep telling yourself you can't do something, your brain just closes the door before you ever try. So when you change that language, even just slightly, you're going to open those neural pathways that you need to learn and grow and develop that ability. Now, it doesn't mean you just magically become a pro overnight. You still have to put in the work, don't get me wrong. But it does mean that your brain will start cooperating with you instead of shutting down. This is exactly what scripture means when it says, be transformed by the renewing of your mind. It's not magical, it's not instant, but biologically through repetition. So yes, even something simple like I could never be good at that can technically become a self-fulfilling physical reality.